A year ago, I stood here on my driveway and took delivery of my GPZ900R that had been left in a barn for 28 years. Uh-oh, I might be in trouble here. Hi!
What is this?
This is my new super bike. It goes over 150 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in like 3 something seconds.
Does it currently?
If you drop it off a cliff. What do you think to the gazebo?
I love it. This is your new house, huh? On the driveway.
Under this cover is the engine, and it's been sat here in the corner of my driveway since I took it out of the bike, and I am not proud to admit that. Today, I'm going to pick it up and chuck it in the back of my car and take it to Bedford, where I can spend the evenings working on it. Now, I might need to get someone to help me lift this into here. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, I guess that gym membership paid off. Well, it's in. I'm just going to go grab a couple of straps and strap it down, make sure it doesn't roll around whilst I'm driving. Cool. Right, I'm in the unit in Bedford, and I'm not sure if ratchet strapping this to the pallet racking is the best option. So I have ordered an engine stand. I've ordered an engine stand, which I'm going to assemble and then get mounted to the engine. So let's put this together. It came in a few pieces, a few nuts and bolts. Get this built, and then I think it'll be a bit better than what I've got going on here. And there we have it. I've added these wheels. They didn't come with it, but I found them, well, on the original little trolley that I used to lower this out of the frame. So now we have a cool frame, I can actually start working on this. Now the first thing I'm going to do is actually, you can see I've kind of started, is just clean it. Because once I start removing covers and rocker covers and other covers and things, I don't want to get any of this dusty stuff inside the engine. So I'm going to just sit here and just clean this by hand the best I can. And then I'll start looking at attacking things with paint to make it look a bit nicer. Okay, that's the plan. Now, this engine was running, and it was running fine when it was in the bike a year ago. So I'm just planning on making it look good, getting it back in the bike, well, back in the frame, and then if it goes bang or it doesn't work out too well, dealing with that at a later date. So there might or might not be an engine rebuild video on this series at some point. I make no promises. I thought I'd just give you a little view of the other side of the engine. As you can see, it's seen better days. Just a little bit rusty and minging and dirty and rusty and oily. Okay, so I'm going to sit here and make this look as nice as I possibly can whilst watching YouTube. This GPZ rebuild has actually taken more of a priority than I thought it would. I don't know if you've heard of him, but there's a channel on YouTube called Bikes of Rye. He's a nice guy, really nice guy actually, and he's just acquired, well, a little while ago, a GPZ900R Turbo, and he's been cracking on with that. I think he's already stripped the engine down. If you look at his, check out his channel, literally Bikes of Rye, R-Y-E. And it'll be really good to get the two bikes together once they're done. So that's definitely in the pipeline, guys. If you haven't heard of him, check him out. He's done a CB250 Honda Super Dream, which was actually the first motorbike I ever sat on the back of. which is really cool. My dad had one when I was a kid, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those bikes that everyone's dad had one, right? Anyway, enough waffle. I'm going to crack on with cleaning this. It's actually coming out a lot nicer than I thought it was going to. Back to the cleaning, finish the cleaning. Next thing you'll know is I'll be starting to take stuff off. Are you still there? Don't forget to subscribe. So what I'm going to do now is clean up the workbench because I've managed to cover it in muck and grease and oil and stuff. Then I'm going to start taking bits off of this. So, okay. This is Kate's Audi A6 Avant, and somebody reversed into it outside of our house and then drove off. They left a rather nasty dent in the boot lid, so I'm going to get it sorted for her. So I'm just dropping the car off to Manny at Pro Finish Paint Shop. He's the legend that painted the bits for the Ducati 848 for me, so hopefully he'll be able to do a cracking job on this as well. There's a couple of other bits I want to ask him to do that he doesn't know about yet. So here on the pillar, ignore my McDonald's in the car from last night, there's a little bit of rust developing there, so I'm hoping you can just sand that down and touch that up a little bit. Don't know if you can see, but on the rear passenger quarter there's a scuff mark there. That happened a little while ago, can't remember how, but it was my fault. And on the rear driver's side there's a little dink there, which has always been there and it's always annoyed me. And there's also one here. Now interestingly, there's one in exactly the same place on my car. So I'll leave this with the professionals for a little bit and come back later.
Pulled the dent out and we've just put one skim of filler on it. So this is the first skim and we're just going to knock it down. And then, do you reckon you need another skim, right?
Yeah, just for pinholes. We've got the shape. It's just,
okay.
Just purely for pinholes, mate.
Yeah, so we'll go in with one more skim, mate. Probably skim a dolphin just to get rid of your pinholes, mate. So it's perfect. And then we will prime and paint. She's covered up, she's all good. Awesome sauce. Thanks, mate. Kate's Valentine's Day present. Wow. So this is for Kate for Valentine's Day. So we're putting Ash right in the good books here. So actually, Ash, we've got you by the scuff of the neck. This part of the boot will be going green or blue unless you bring us cakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, I'm inside Manny's and well, he's pretty much got this ready for priming. There's the man himself over there. Manny's just adding a finishing touch to a little scuff on the back bumper for me.
If we can call it that.
Magic touch, mate.
That's it.
There's no time to dry your hair, mate. Right, I'll leave you to it, mate. Have fun.
I will. Always do.
And the dent in the boot is all sorted.
Completely gone.
Completely gone. The rust spots have gone from the A-pillar and the door no longer has a ballpoint hammer dent in it. Okay?
Yeah.
So we've just been for a lovely carvery
Yes.
for Valentine's at, where are we? Farmhouse Inns, Dining and Carvery in Cardiff. And I have a Valentine's present for you. Close your eyes.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Open your eyes.
You drive off and leave me. It's my car. Wait, the boot is fixed. Oh, no way. Oh, thank you. Oh, that silly woman naughtily drove into it with a tow bar and rode off.
Happy Valentine's Day.
That's an amazing present.
Not only that, there was a dent here
I didn't even know that.
that I didn't think you did. However, at the front,
I think there was a small one. It was very small, yeah.
there was a small little bit of rust on here.
Aww.
That's been painted as well. So Manny's done a cracking job.
Thank you, Manny.
But if you would like to go back around to the back of the car.
Okay. Oh,
What's in there?
fire!
A tyre. That's for my car. Flowers in a card and a little lobster.
Just what I always needed in my life.
Love you.
Love you too. Thanks, baby.
Before I do anything else, I need to drain the oil out of the engine. So I'm just going to remove the sump plug and drain it into that ice cream tub you can see under there. Let's get some fresh gloves on. Do you reckon that tub's big enough? When I first drained the oil out of this, it was full of petrol. And this actually looks like oil. So that's actually a relief because I was worried that the piston rings might be fried. The theory was petrol was going into the cylinders and leaking past the piston rings into the oil. However, that smells like oil. So I can't smell any petrol in that whatsoever, which is like I said, a relief. So win. Putting this on wheels was half a smart idea, half not a smart idea, because I've got to be extremely careful that the wheel doesn't fall off the edge of the table. Oh no, I hurt myself and I dropped the spanner into the box of oil. Just wait for that to finish dribbling all over the desk. There's oil everywhere. I'm just getting into an absolute mess this evening. I'm going to take these water hoses off that. Oh, that's unusual. The Jubilee clips aren't 7mm. 8mm, apparently. Out you come. Right, put that there. Alright, there's the oil cooler. Next, let's take off the water pump housing. Oh, I think it's still got water in it. Oh no, oh. Why smell it? Why would I smell it? So the pipe hasn't completely rotted through and might actually be salvageable. And I've just noticed there's a drain plug on it as well for future handiness. So once the water pipe is off, the cover for the water pump comes off really quite easily. Ugh, that is minging in there. Hold on, let me get the camera and show you. Have a look inside there. There is gravel. That is not good. The next thing I'm going to take off is the starter motor, which looks like it's just two 10mm bolts there and there. However, that one looks pretty awkward to get to. How on earth are you supposed to undo that? Let me guess, there's a special Kawasaki tool. Maybe I won't take the starter motor off then. So obviously, last thing I want to do is round off the bolt that's holding it in. Okay, so I'm going to have, that's a fail. So I'm going to have to get a special spanner, I think, to get that out. Unless there's another way. If you know of a way, pop it in the comments. Now, hopefully, that will come off there quite nicely. Oh, that looks really quite clean on the inside. I don't know if it would be worth replacing the coils while I'm in there or not. I think that can be done sort of at any time on the bike. And it ran okay, so I'll probably just leave it, to be honest. 1, 2, maybe 3 bolts holding that on. Oh, there we go. That feels really nice, actually. there's loads more oil in there. Oh well. Was there another drain plug that I should have undone? Never mind. Oh dear. Right. Well, that's off. I should probably have some sort of urgency to sort this out before it goes on my lap, but it's getting late. I'm getting tired, and well, how to deal with this? How to deal with this? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, right. Let's just. I guess this could be a good start. Just stop it from going on the floor. There we go. Yes. That's not really working, is it? Well, where's it all coming from? Like, I drained the oil out. Right, let's cut it off at source. Stuff that in there. I'm going to go find something to deal with this and mop this up with. I'll be back. I have a sock. It's a spill kit sock that I can now make a barrier around me to protect me from my clumsiness or stupidity, whatever you want to call it. Inside the clutch housing looks pretty clean. Chain looks nice. I'm not sure about those kind of cracking mark looks on there. Let me know what you think of those in the comments. But other than that, looks all right. Operation let the rest of the oil drain out is happening. What I'm going to do is take the rocker cover off. It's not just going to lift off as... Oh no! I've put my mallet underneath that side of the engine to give it a bit more of an angle so it can drain out a bit quicker. No, that's not going to work, is it? Let's take my mallet back out for a second. It should. Oh, that's been on there a long time. Ooh, cams. They look all right. They don't look like they've got too much wear in them, but I'm not an engine expert by any stretch of the word. I can't see any signs of wear on any of these. They all look really quite good. I'd be worried if I saw a groove or anything crazy in any of these, but they all look really good, and it looks generally quite clean in here. Tell me if you guys spot anything that I should be worried about. Personally, I think it looks all right, but I'm, like I said, not an engine expert. So if you see anything, let me know in the comments. While I'm here, I'm going to whip off this cover as well. Tap, tap, tap. What is this? What's the point? Right. So all I'm going to do is crack off these oil pipes because they need cleaning up as well. And then maybe I can get this water thing off as well. This is a mucky job. There goes another knuckle. My hands are covered in oil. It's getting late. I'm getting stupid. There we go. Yep, they're just O-rings. So I'm going to hit this with the bee blaster and hope it comes up all right. It looks like it might. Okay, I'm just taking off the oil filter so I can leave it overnight to get the rest of all the oil out. It is the next day and there might be some continuity issues with this video. I've done some research and according to the Kawasaki service manual, you have to remove the sprocket cover bit before you can get the starter motor off. However, the Haynes manual suggests that on the particular one that they were working on, they were able to wriggle the starter motor out after loosening those two bolts. So I'm going to give the Haynes manual a go before I commit to the Kawasaki one, which says I have to remove more bits. So let's give it a go. It certainly doesn't feel like right. So the bolt won't come out, but the motor might come out with the bolt. Ooh, it's quite loose. Not sure. Do you know what? I think it might actually come. Hey, win! So I managed to get it out without having to remove all of this. So thank you, Haynes. While I'm in here, I'm going to have a pop at getting the water pump out as well, which I believe... Oh, there we go. It was actually easier than I thought it would be. It's just in with an O-ring once you undo the 3 bolts that are holding it in. Cool. Right, so that definitely needs overhauling. I'll put a new bearing and shaft seal in there, assuming it's got a shaft seal. Yeah, there is. Cool, right, so, whee, another win. I'm going to take this rusty water fitting thing off as well. I've undone the 2 bolts and I'm just going to get ye old trusty and just work it off. Work it, baby. And with a bit of bashing, a lot of wriggling and a bit of prying, it's off. And that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Join me next time where I will be putting this back together and back in the frame of the bike. Hopefully, anyway. Again, thank you very much. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll catch you next time. Cheers!
Never really know